Have you tried absolutely everything and your pain still returns? Why is it that even after having medication, surgery, and getting constant healing treatments, the pain is still there? In this episode, we're going to dive into why the pain keeps returning even though you've tried everything. Watch until the end of the video to get the ultimate secret. My name is Andrew Eng, and this is Heal with Andrew, where we give you the education that you should have got when you were a kid, but you didn't. This is no fault of yours, this is a fault of society's, but thanks to the power of the internet, you can get that education right here, right now. Let's get started. Let's first talk about medication. It seems like a magic thing that you could take this pill and then your pain is gone. Now, the issue is that it's not really removing the cause of the pain. It's just numbing your body to the fact that there is pain. And even if you take something like a muscle relaxer, you're not teaching yourself or learning how to relax your muscles. You are now dependent on this pill to do it for you. So what happens if you don't have the pill? What happens if you can't get your prescription? Or what happens you're on vacation and you forgot it at home? Now you're in a panicked state because you don't have that one thing that's going to save you. How can we live a life where we can really take advantage of things like medication and also be able to heal ourselves without the need for it? So the cool thing about medication is that it is easy. That if you are in severe pain, it can open that window of opportunities so you can actually think and start doing different things. We're often told to go to physical therapy. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll get that advice to get a massage, acupuncture, chiropractic, or you're told to just stay off whatever injury you have. Now this is where I have a problem with this. Because if you're going to take the medication to open that window of opportunity, we should be given the education on how to fix the habits that are causing the pain, how best to take advantage of the different tools that are available to us, and how we can make sure that we don't need that medication anymore. The issue that I've seen in the acupuncture clinic is that when people get medication and the pain gets worse because we're not making any of those lifestyle changes, the answer is usually to take more medication, to take a different medication. And then if you're getting side effects from that medication, then you have to take another medication in order to counteract those side effects. And this is how we end up having 10, 20, 30 different medications that we have to juggle just to stay in one piece. So when it comes to medication, take it if you really need to, but recognize that it's not really going to solve the problem. It's going to give you a window to make those changes, and that's really how you're going to get the best results possible. Some of the basics of these lifestyle changes that you can make are adjusting your posture so that your posture is not affecting the pain more, adjusting your mindset so that you're not pushing too hard past what your body is capable of, learning to relax your body and mind so that there's not so much strain and stress on you, becoming more flexible through things like stretching, yoga, different activities that increase your range of motion, strengthening your muscles in the right places so that there's not so much strain on your joints and tendons, learning how to give yourself deep tissue massage with a tennis ball or foam roller, and learning how to meditate and practice energy cultivation like Qigong and Reiki so that you can learn how to meditate and heal yourself at the same time. And that is how you can take the best care of yourself when it comes to medication. Next, let's talk about surgery. Now, while I am a fan that nowadays you can have surgery with anesthesia, you don't have to bite on a wooden dowel while they cut you open, drinking bourbon to try to numb the pain, and that surgery can really help you out in times of incredibly intense situations where you're going to need surgery, like after a car accident or you need to get something amputated for some reason. What I'm not a fan of is when surgery is prescribed as the first line of defense when it comes to a common ache and pain. For example, when someone has low back pain and the solution is to fuse the spine together so that it can't move around so much. Or when someone has been taking medication for so long that they end up needing to get a knee replacement or a hip replacement because they've just been taking medication the whole time and not actually solving the problem. And the reason for this is because surgery is like a second injury on the body. It's not just this magical thing that can heal and replace things. You're having to cut through all these layers of muscle and connective tissue in order to get to the place where you're doing the surgery and then sewing it back up. And one of the main issues with this is that there's not much preparation going into it. I've heard so many times from my patients that people go in, get the surgery, and then they're sent out, and maybe they have a couple sessions of physical therapy. Now, physical therapy is important, learning how to build up the muscles in a way that is designed to support you for health, but that's only part of the solution. What about all the muscles that were tight from the injury itself? What about the muscles that get tight from the surgery? Because every time that you get injured, the body tightens up, trying to protect you. And that's where the pain comes from, is because your body's saying, hey, I need help. I need you to heal this part so I don't have to clamp on so much. So the way that I like to help people prepare for surgery is to do natural methods of healing, like the self-care techniques that we talked about earlier, getting healing treatments like massage, acupuncture, and chiropractic, everything to relax the muscles and relax the mind, getting your soul and spirit prepared for this crazy thing that is surgery. And then after the surgery, we're often told just to not do anything for huge periods of time, months or even years. Now, what ends up happening is that your body adapts to whatever you're doing. So if you're telling your body that it doesn't need to move and that it must stay still, your body's going to do that. So now the issue that was caused from tight muscles, and then the muscles that got tight from surgery, are now tightening even more because you're not moving it or doing any form of healing. Now, I agree that you don't want to do anything aggressive in the area where you got the surgery, but there's many more options than that. You can work on the muscles or sections of the body that are next to the injury source, or even the next area over. In acupuncture, we do a thing called distal acupuncture, where we're using points that are far away in order to treat things that are closer up. And this is because everything is connected. All the muscles and the energy channels run through the body. So when you heal one part, it heals another part. In fact, I worked at a place called Modern Acupuncture, where we only did distal acupuncture on the forearms, wrists, calves, and ankles. And that was how we treated neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, hip pain. Everything that we couldn't touch with the needles, we treated from far away. And during that time, I saw thousands of people and was able to get people consistent results using distal acupuncture. And that's what taught me about distal self-care. Stretching your fingers, massaging your hands, wrists, and forearms will do the same thing. That's how you can help your shoulder and neck if you've had neck surgery or shoulder surgery. There's always something that you could do to continuously improve your health and well-being. Even if you don't want to do anything physical, meditation, visualization, and energy cultivation are all ways that you can heal the body without having to do anything physically. So this is how I would help someone prepare for surgery and recover from surgery as fast as possible. This is a way that we can work together with Western medicine to speed up the healing process, improve results of surgery, and get people the best results possible. And now let's talk about healing treatments. You're going to get natural healing. You say, Andrew, I am getting weekly massages, chiropractic, acupuncture. I get sometimes even 2 to 3 times a week, and yet the pain still returns. Now, I've worked in various high volume clinics for a long time, so I've seen this. I always wondered, how is it that someone can get an amazing treatment, get up off the table feeling so relaxed, no pain, and walk out floating on a cloud, come back a week later, and then the pain returns? I thought if the treatment works every time, but it's not lasting, let's look at something else. Instead of trying to do a more complicated treatment, let's look at what are the habits and actions that might be contributing to the pain outside of the treatment room. For example, I had someone who I was helping with their low back pain. They would feel amazing after a treatment, but it turns out that afterwards they would go deadlift as much weight as they can, and then the pain would return. So the issue wasn't the treatment, the issue was the deadlifting. Not saying that there's anything wrong with deadlifting, but lifting too heavy, using improper technique, pushing yourself too hard so that it undoes what we did in the treatment room. And this is just one example. Another example that's really simple is posture. I could heal your neck all day long, but if you go back to having your neck forward typing on a computer, that's going to undo everything that was done in the treatment room. So this is likely a reason that pain is returning, even if you're getting consistent healing treatments, is because of either habits that are causing more problems or not adding positive habits like self-massage, stretching, and meditation. And the best part about making these holistic lifestyle changes is that it helps give you the best possible chance of not needing medication or surgery. It gives you the best results from getting medication and surgery. And it gives you the best chance of not needing to get those things again. When it comes to healing treatments, doing these lifestyle changes is going to give you the best bang for your buck. Now the treatments are going to be more effective. This is going to save you time, money, and energy. And now you can enjoy your treatment because you know you're consistently getting better. And treatments are going to be less painful. They're going to be more enjoyable because there's not so much tension in your body. It's going to be more fun for your practitioner because now your practitioner gets that satisfaction that, okay, the treatment is working, you're getting better, and we can work on deeper issues. So this is really the missing link in all of the healthcare modalities that we use today. And this is really going to be the wave of the future. There's a lot of people doing biohacking nowadays, using really expensive equipment like cryotherapy, infrared saunas, all of these tools and technologies to do the work for you. Now these are all fantastic, but what happens when you don't have access to these tools? When you're traveling, when something breaks, all of these things become new forms of medication. Getting healing treatments becomes another form of medication, which is essentially something that you are dependent on for your health and well-being instead of learning the skills how to take care of it yourself. And that is what we do here, is learn the tools, techniques, and strategies that are going to give you the best healthcare possible without having to rely on another person, medication, or surgery. By learning how to do it yourself, it makes all of these other things work better and last longer. This is the missing link, and this is what's going to give you a pain-free life. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Follow me for more health content, and I'll see you in the next episode.